Heading into 2026, my credit card strategy is going to be shifting in a big way. We're only 9 days into the new year, and I've already gotten my first denial. The main problem I learned is that my mortgage is crushing my debt to income ratio, and that means approvals are about to get harder than ever, especially if I'm sloppy with my applications. So today, I'm walking you through my full 2026 strategy, the exact 5 cards I'm targeting, why each one makes sense long term, the trips I'm planning to take, and the rules I'm following so I don't waste hard pulls. And if you like this kind of strategy content, hit the like button and subscribe because I'm dropping videos like this every single week. Okay, to jump into things first, let's go through my overall strategy for this year. Really, it's a two-front approach. Front number one is sign-up bonus hunting. Anything 80,000 points, 100,000 points, extra credits, limited time boosts, you name it. In 2025, I had to preserve my 524 status when I was house hunting, so I'm ready to go ham this year. But I'm going to be real. In 2026, I'm focusing on whatever I can actually get approved for. And because of my mortgage and debt to income, that means leaning heavier on business cards than personal ones. I'm really going to be focusing on prioritizing pre-approvals when possible and spacing out applications more strategically because one denial early in the year is enough to tell me I need to tighten things up. Front number two is using portals and stackable offers like Rakuten where I can to double dip on the easy stuff. I'm talking bank offers, crypto offers, elevated promos, and special deals. This is almost a hybrid bank bonus hunting strategy, but I think stacking it when I can to earn build points through Rakuten can be huge for point earnings early in the year. Now that brings us to the next phase of my strategy, which is focusing on a few currencies and diving headfirst into their ecosystem. And really there are two main currencies I care about this year. Number one is Chase Ultimate Rewards. I've already been building that up, and I picked up the ink cash from a couple months back that helped me stack a ton of points late last year. And my goal is to add another 150,000 Chase points by the end of 2026. And I'm sure everyone knows the value play here is transferring to Hyatt, as it's just stupid valuable if you can redeem them right. Plus, I think having United and Aeroplan as transfer partners for both domestic and international flights is also solid. Now, currency number two that I want to focus on this year is Built. And I know there are rumors, there's chaos, people have opinions, and in 2 days these cards may be great or horrible. But my angle is simple. If Built's ecosystem expands in a way that fits my real spending, and if the portal stacking stays strong, this could end up being one of the most valuable side currencies to build alongside Chase. And I'm not betting on any of these rumors, I'm just watching for now. But if it pops off, I want to be early. So aside from points, my goals are simple. Finish up my core setup, targeting elevated offers, and prioritizing pre-approvals and business cards early. Alright, so that's the strategy set. Now let's talk trips, because the trips really decide the cards. Over the next year, I'm planning one international trip and a handful of domestic trips. The first trip is Portugal. That's the big one. I want to hit Lisbon and ideally Porto too, likely late spring, early summer. Trip 2 and 3 are going to be Florida a couple times. One for spring training in a couple months, and probably again at the end of the summer for a beach long weekend. Now trip 4 is going to be an out west trip, likely to LA and San Diego, probably sometime late fall. Trip 5, now this one's up in the air a bit, but boy would I like to make it happen. And that's Seattle for the World Cup coming up. Really it comes down to if the price is right. And the final trip I want to take is to Austin. I'm a huge barbecue person, and it's been on my hit list for a few years now, so I really want to make it happen. So that's the travel wish list, but I'm flexible. And at the end of the day, I'm optimizing for great redemptions and great experience. Now let's get into the cards. The first card I'm planning to pick up this year is the Ink Business Preferred. Now my plan is to apply in a couple weeks, targeting that 100,000 point offer for 8,000 and spend in 3 months. Now 2 reasons I want this card are 1, the welcome offer, and the 3x travel is going to be clutch. 2, I currently have the Sapphire Preferred, and it's just not doing enough for me anymore. So I want to downgrade that and keep this card as my transferable currency card. Now my plan for the Sapphire is to downgrade it to the OG Freedom, that way I don't lose the credit line, plus I get the rotating categories. This keeps my Chase ecosystem alive, improves my earning, and adds a huge pile of Ultimate Rewards points in one shot. Now the second card I'm planning to get is a premium catch-all card. Now option A is the Venture X. Now I like this card because of its clean 2x on everything, plus it's really easy to justify the credits if you actually travel. I also have the Saver, so the synergy here is real. Now my only drawback to this card is I'm not obsessed with the transfer partners, but the value is still there and the setup's clean. Now option B is the Palladium, and I know people are hating on the new Built stuff, I get it, but if the high-end Built card can end up being legit, especially if you can stack portal earnings and keep strong transfer access, then this could be a sleeper pick long term. Here's what would make me pick it. If build cash actually has solid value, if build status is truly valuable, and what that new portal post 2.0 launch actually looks like. So I'm watching this closely and hoping between the Venture X pre-approval and the build card, I can snag one of these up. Now after that, midsummer, I'm gonna go back to the business front for card number 3, and that's the Blue Business Plus. Now this is gonna be my main business catch-all. It's also my clean entry into the Amex ecosystem without overcomplicating it this year. I already have the Blue Business Cash with my LLC, but I want this card mapped under my social security for this channel. Now towards the end of the summer, I'm gonna look for that 4th card, and that's gonna be the Freedom Flex. Now why do I want this? First, it's the welcome offer. It's not the craziest, but it's an easy way to get another 20 to 30,000 UR points. Plus, it adds another rotating category engine. Now, I've debated the Freedom Unlimited versus Freedom Flex here, and if there's an elevated offer on the Unlimited, like a grocery bonus for the first year, then yeah, it could be worth it. But for my setup, I'd rather have the rotating categories working alongside my core chase strategy. Now, to round out the year, the last slot I'm looking to fill is a hotel card, only if the offer is worth it. Now, if that crazy boundless style offer of 5 free nights is available, I'd jump on that in a heartbeat. But I'm not going to force a hotel card early when I got the Ink Preferred sitting as approved already in my Chase app. So now that takes me to the end of the year, and I'm going to be hunting for elevated offers on something like the Marriott Boundless, Hilton Surpass, IHG Premier Business, or potentially a Hyatt if that card gets a refresh. Now, slot 4 and 5 are a little more up in the air and aren't must-haves. Really, I'm going to look to reevaluate come 6 months and figure out what offers are out there that make sense. Now, based on my initial strategy, however, if everything goes as planned, I'll end 2026 with a setup that's dialed. 3x in travel on the Ink Preferred, rotating 5x potential with the Freedom Flex plus OG Freedom, premium 2x catch-all on the personal side with the Venture X or Built Palladium, a business catch-all with the Blue Business Plus, and then the Saver Rewards for 3% on groceries and entertainment. Add in a hotel card for the sign-up, plus hopefully a free reward night in status, and the PayPal debit card for gas or Costco runs depending on when it makes sense. And at that point, I feel like this setup is really going to start cooking with some fire. So that's my strategy for this year. Now I want you to tell me, what am I missing? Is the plan solid, or do you think I need to swap something out, delay something, or completely change the order? Drop it in the comments below. I want to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.